Welcome back. Thanks for coming. It's good to see you here again. Or good to see you for the first time. Either way, I'm glad you're watching this video. If you've watched my other videos I've posted so far, this one's going to be a little bit different. Instead of watching me struggle to come up with anything coherent or musical at all, I've already completed a song. And I'm going to show you that song now, and you'll just get to listen to it. It's not very long, and I'm probably going to add more to it, but once the song's over here, I will walk you through a little bit what I've done so far, the sounds I've used, some of the chords I've used. So I hope you enjoy. Okay, so now that you guys heard the song, I'm just going to talk for a minute or two about what I did, in case you're curious. If not, well, I'm going to do it anyway, and someone else might be. So the first thing you hear is this synth, which is just like this classic synth sound. I'm sure I changed these settings, but the most important thing is the auto filter. I have auto filter set for quarter note triplet, and that's what gives it that rhythmic sound. So I turn it off. I hear what it sounds like. Yeah. So this gives it that. Okay. So next thing you hear is the drums. Just real simple. What I normally do for the drums, turn up the compression, crank the built-in reverb. Mix is pretty good, didn't really change that. And then up here, I doubled it with this electronic kit just to fill out the sound a little bit. So there it is by itself. And then really like the way those sound together. That's why I combined them. And with the drums, when I do them on the keyboard, I always quantize it because it's hard to get, like when I'm actually playing the drums, the feel and groove just doesn't come through when I'm trying to do it on a keyboard like it does when I'm actually playing drum set. Someday, hopefully, I'll have a decent recording setup for my drums so I can start doing actual drums, but not quite there yet. And then what happens is I end up having to quantize a lot of other things because otherwise they just don't quite sound right. So like I think I quantized this bass part, and I quantized them to maybe I didn't quantize the bass part. So that's real. It helps if I quantize the drums and then use that to record the bass drum part over, or the bass part over, because it just helps when you have a nice consistent drum beat and not a terrible one. And then this is definitely quantized to, there it is, 16th note triplet, yeah. And then last sound to talk about is this. It says, I named it Agile Synth Lead, but it's not. It's really just the same sound I used for the bass, only just up a bunch of octaves. I thought it sounded really cool, really good, so I used it and just called it Agile Synth Lead, because you can see here it's clearly Agile Synth Bass. In the actual notes. It's weird how it doesn't, it just shows it as these little grace notes being played together. So let's talk a little bit now about, let's go back to this. Really, it's just G minor 7 chord, and then it's notated weirdly, but it's an F major 7 chord. But GarageBand, because I didn't change the key, I left it in. I always forget to change the key when I start these things. It doesn't really matter. It only matters if later I decide I want to change the key, and I have tracks that I either recorded, like acoustic guitar or vocals or something, and then it really gets screwy if I want to change the key later. But if I'm doing those, I usually try to think ahead. But with this stuff where I'm just using MIDI instruments, I don't even think about changing it or looking at it. So anyway, it's really just 2 chords. Like I said, G minor 7 and F sharp major 7. And then the melody, or the bass line rather, is mostly just chord tones. So like root 5th octave, boo-ba-doom, doo-doo, and then goes up to the 3rd, with then a passing tone back down to the root. Real simple. I just wanted to keep it nice, and this song to me was more about the sounds and the mix, and I wasn't, just something simple to jam over really was my goal. The melody, yeah, I should have changed the key because it's confusing, but it's really just outlining the chord with a couple passing tones. And then for the solo, I used mostly basically to solo, you just go back and forth between G Dorian and F sharp major, pretty much the 2 scales I use, and chromatics, passing tones. I don't know why it's not like showing us the. Yeah, for that part I was just hitting random notes, just being silly. And then I started working on a B section. I haven't finished it. That's why there's this extra drum track. I added like a little bit of a bell sound in the background, just to make it stand out a little bit. And then I did these walk down chords, like, because we're going from G minor 7 to F sharp major 7, and then here we have an F minor 7 chord, and then we have this E, it's like an E diminished. We have E flat, A flat, B flat, D, so an E flat major 7 chord, and then we have, C sharp major 7 chord, but it's notated wonky, and then this is the C altered, where it's like, I have a major third, and a minor third, and then the 7th, and then I just another F minor 7, C altered, yeah. So it sounds like this. Yep, and then bass line for that. Just walking down. I broke the pattern there because it was just getting too low, and it was like, is that an actual note? I like that anyway. Yeah, just outlining the chord, using 7ths and stuff. And then, so if we add the drums back in here for this B section. So that's a cool little groove. And then I just soloed using, for now, just F minor blues. I'll probably try to make a more interesting solo later, but I'm pretty sure this is almost entirely F minor blues. Oh, I just realized something I forgot to talk about. When I did this solo, I doubled it with too many things selected here. I doubled it with this brass sound to just give it some extra bite and really separate it from the melody. So those are the two sounds. I put them together. And then, so go back to here, and with this solo, just F, almost entirely F minor blues. Maybe a couple of, chromatic passing, kind of just, making it up as I go. There we go. So yeah, definitely going to make this longer. I might come up with some kind of other melody over these chords and then solo. And then, who knows? But you'll have to wait and see. So I think that's everything. I think I caught everything now. Originally, I was just going to make this song a little thing for Instagram. So that's why it's called Instajam. But I'll probably come up with a different name for it because it turned into more than just a little 30-second thing for Instagram. Yeah, we're already over 2 minutes, and I'm already thinking of how I want to add on to it. So that's this song. Thanks for watching. Bye.